Hello good people of YouTube, All About Nat is back with another video, and today we're going to be going over that old question, that regular question that people always talk about or people state to be true: is Supreme dead? Now I know many people have done this before, done videos on this before, but I actually haven't done a video on it, surprisingly, considering I've been buying Supreme for a long time. But most of you know kind of my opinions on Supreme, especially modern day Supreme, but after last season's debacle, I would call it, I thought it would be a good time to do a discussion video really on this particular topic. Now before we get into it, I just want to say to you guys, please please subscribe if you're new to my channel. Hit that little notification bell so you know when I'm dropping a video. Drop a like on this video, it really helps, and comment down below your thoughts on this particular topic. Now just before we get into the topic, I've got a kind of unboxing. Now I did actually open this, probably more out of shock than anything. I've totally forgot that I was going to do an unboxing, because when I got this, if you watched my video on Friday where I was doing live online shopping, you saw that I was looking to get a few items. Didn't quite decide what I was getting, but I did decide and I did buy a few items that I will be showing you this week. Now I think I'm probably going to do a bit of a haul video, because as I said, I'm waiting for Fear of God Essentials and a few other things. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe open them but do a haul video and do it all together. Otherwise I'm going to be doing little bitty unboxings here, there and everywhere. But this one came today, and as I'm talking about Supreme, there is an element of Supreme in this magazine. But it was hilarious. So I got this magazine, which is actually bigger than I thought it was going to be. Sneeze magazine from End. Now I don't know whether you guys have ever ordered something extremely small, and I mean I'm talking smaller than this. I didn't know it was going to be this big. You know, like a SD card or something like that, and it comes in a humongous box. This came in a humongous box. And it was all wrapped. Now, if any of you guys have bought from End before, they do wrap everything really nicely. They give you your receipt in an envelope and all this kind of thing. And they did all that in a huge box for this magazine. It was very much overkill. I mean, don't get me wrong, I appreciate End's packaging. It's very, very good. But it was like I'd bought some expensive, high-end clothing, and in actual fact it was a magazine. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. So Sneeze magazine, this this volume of Sneeze magazine has Tyshawn in it, and I think there might be an interview, I'm not entirely sure. But so with this you've got 2 stickers, which is cool. I really like this bubble, graffiti bubble writing thingy-majig. I love this design. I love Sneeze's sort of logo, and then that's pretty cool as well. Now I had thought, actually, behind me I've got this big blank space, and I've been umming and ahhing about what to put in that blank space. I'm thinking I'm going to start a sticker wall. Now probably I'm going to start it off, well yeah, I'm going to start it off, these might go on it. Now if you guys want to send any stickers and you want them to go on this wall for videos, you know, expose your brand or whatever, feel free to DM me on Instagram, allaboutnat_, and you can send them over and I will stick them on this wall. So yeah, anyway, back to this. So it's really bizarre. It's massive. Look at this. What the hell? I don't know whether anybody's ever got Sneeze before now, but it's rather big. This is the poster. Oh my god. Oh my god. So here it is. This is the poster. I don't think I'm even going to be able to fit it on. There we have it. Tyshawn with the grills, the fronts. So I did not realise that Sneeze magazine was like this. It's almost like the daily, the old days of the Independent or something. Massive. So I think it's even too big to go in that space. There you have it. That is the massive poster. No way did I know that this was so big. Very awkward to read, actually. But there we have it. That is Sneeze magazine. How strange. Right, so back to the matter at hand. Is Supreme dead? My answer to that is no. Is it heck? Supreme is not dead. It has just changed. It's evolved. It's become way more commercial. I don't think it's dead in the slightest. Last season was the most disappointing season that I've known in 23 years of Supreme. By far. By far. There were elements of the season that I did think were very, very good. I did think that, you know, like for example, Andy Howell aspect to the season, those little collaborations. Obviously the ODB deck and the rug, which I'm still after. There were little touches here and there of old school Supreme that it reminded me of the old Supreme that I know and love kind of thing. But it's just changed. It's evolved. Obviously the Carlisle group have come in and bought a massive share of Supreme. They've taken it in a more commercial direction. I tell you what, was a really, really big clue for the fact that it's going commercial was maybe 2, 3, even 4 seasons ago. The bags have become very generic. The bags are nowhere near as technical and detailed as they used to be. And that is quite disappointing because Supreme's backpacks were always so good. Back in the day, the sort of early 2000s, mid 2000s, they were so detailed back then. But they have become more generic and you can tell the quality is lacking somewhat. But it's far from dead because they're opening stores, for God's sake. This fall winter they're opening San Francisco. No doubt they'll be opening another one in Europe. There has been talk of Milan. So no, it's not dead by any means. It's just becoming more and more commercial. And do you know what? It is what it is. I hate that saying, but it is what it is. And it's not something that... It's sad, yes, I will say that. It is sad. I was a huge lover of Supreme in the sort of early to mid 2000s. I still love it, but there are other brands that I love as much and equally, you know. And I'm very much getting into Fear of God. I love the simplicity of that. You know, things change, your tastes change. I love Nike probably more than I love Supreme in some ways. And that is obviously very generic and it's very commercial, but I love the ACG, you know, the ACG aspect of Nike. They have kind of moved a little bit into the high end with Nike Lab. It wasn't so much that Supreme was underground back then that attracted to me. It was just a little bit different. So just because you know, just because a brand is commercial doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. But what I'm not so much liking about it is the culture that has changed. The culture's changed. You know, it's not so much the commercial aspect of it, because you know Stussy is very commercial, but the culture's different with Stussy. I always feel like, I might be completely wrong, but I always feel like older people wear Stussy these days. I might be wrong, but you know, I don't know, there's just that feeling about it. Whereas Supreme's attracted a lot of a younger audience because it's a flex thing. And that's changed, and that's something that I'm not digging really. But yeah, you know, I really love, at the moment, I'm loving Fear of God. I love Nike, obviously. You know that I'm a huge Nike girl. Sneakers has always been over Supreme as well for me. But I do love fashion. I love streetwear fashion. So I will always wear a real mixture of high street, high-end streetwear, mixture of everything to make a really nice outfit. But it just, I don't know, when people say, oh, Supreme's dead, it really isn't dead, because if it was dead they wouldn't be opening new stores. Let's just break it down to that simple aspect. They would not be opening new stores if it was dead. That is a fact. Will I be buying as much as I used to back in the day? Probably not. I'm trying to stop by impulse buying Supreme, because at the end of nearly every season I'm selling a lot of it off, because a lot of it was an impulse buy. There are still elements of Supreme that I won't sell unless it becomes a humongous rainy day, i.e. the pins. The pins I will always be collecting, but I do need to stop doing the impulse buying for sure. Absolutely. That just gets ridiculous. You get taken away with it, and it's like, yeah, I need to stop doing that. But no, the answer in a simple term is no, it's not dead. People need to sort of not be so matter of fact, think it through and go, well, actually, if it was dead, they wouldn't be opening new stores. It's more a fact of Supreme has changed. It has changed. No two ways about it. But there'll always be elements of stuff they bring out. There'll always be certain pieces that are brilliant. I'm hoping, really hoping, that Fall Winter 19 is going to be a million times better than Spring Summer 19, because as I say, that was shocking. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd really love to know what you guys are thinking. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments. I really want to hear your thoughts. Don't forget the website down below in the description. You can buy membership, beanies, artwork, all that kind of good stuff. It all supports the channel and the product reviews. So thank you once again, and all about that. We'll see you on the next one. Keep it real, guys.